More than 20 years after the historic meeting in New Zealand between the Amerigo Vespucci and America's Cup boat, Luna Rossa, the most beautiful ship in the world, and the team that will represent Italy at the 37th America's Cup have crossed their bows again. We follow up to our report last week with the latest flypast of the old and the new in sailing.
È un momento importante e storico per entrambi. Vespucci è la nave scuola più famosa e più bella al mondo. Luna Rossa è un po' considerata la nazionale della vela italiana.
L'equipaggio di nave Amerigo Vespucci e di tutta la Marina Militare augura buon vento e mari calmi all'equipaggio di Luna Rossa per la sua impresa storica che si troverà ad affrontare l'anno prossimo.
Ogni volta che salgo su questa nave, insomma, provo una certa emozione perché si apre una serie di ricordi.
This is your weekly sailing highlights show, The World on Water, June 9, 2023. Takashi Okura's Sled team were top-scoring boat over a testing day of shifting, light breezes on the Gulf of Follonica at the 52 SUPER Series Scarlino Sailing Week. The 2021 circuit champions sailed to a first and a fourth place, whilst their nearest title rivals so far this week, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, faltered with a 10th in the second contest, the result of being over the start line early.
Back in Scarlino for day 2 of racing, a small time window perhaps, there's lots of thunderstorms around. It's going to be a day to really expect the unexpected, keep the head out the boat and go fast. Well, the first race of the day was all about the start. Gladiator doing a beautiful time on distance on the pin end of the line, leading up the first beat round the top mark, but down the run, Gladiator and Sled go round the marks at the same time, and by the finish line it's a win for Sled, Gladiator in second and Quantum Racing in third.
Really tricky day. I think our guys did a great job in the back of the boat. Mr. Okura was obviously driving the boat nicely, but yeah, it was a really tricky day, and to come away with those placings, we were really happy.
Second race was a little bit of a repeat performance in the sense that Alpha Plus get off the pin end of the line, this time with good speed and lead up the windward leg, but Quantum Racing powered by American Magic are over the start line, have to recross at the leeward gate though. Provezza do a nice run and get up to second behind Vayu, and that's the order through the finish line. Vayu first, Provezza second, Allegra third, and Quantum Racing down in 10th place.
Really pleased, yeah, great race actually. It all kind of went our way, really tight, and then at the leeward mark we got the right gate, and from there it was fairly plain sailing.
So the standings after 4 races: Sled leading on 11 points, Provezza are now second on 16 points, Vayu are up to third on 17 points.
Day 5 of the Dragon World Championships in Bodrum, Turkey saw a false start on race 6 due to a massive wind shift on course SP. The race was restarted in a constant 7 knots of breeze.
It was hard racing, a lot of uncertain things, and so we did not really believe in that big right shift, which is always supposed to come, but anyway it came, and so we play safe on the race course, but a lot of guessing, a lot of try. So
try to go all in and try all or nothing strategy on some occasions where we did the opposite of the fleet in order to move us up to the leading position. Didn't work today, but maybe there's more luck tomorrow.
We are sailing only media. Please subscribe, share, like, and check the alerts bell. Due to the threat of big thunderstorms, only one race was sailed on day 3 at the 52 Super Series Sailing Week. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, bounced back from a disappointing second race Wednesday, when they stole the race 5 winning gun from under the noses of the Whitcraft family's Vayu.
Well, buongiorno, welcome to Scarlino, beautiful Tuscany, lovely sunny morning, light breezes around the dock. That's going to be the flavour of the day. It's going to be light 5 to 6 knots. Sled, top of the table, can they stay there? So the midpoint of the regatta then, race 5, and good start from Vayu at the committee boat end of the line. Gladiator off the pin end. It's a right that pays, and Vayu have a comfortable lead round the top mark ahead of Quantum and Provezza. Vayu indeed stay ahead, look to be going 2 wins in a row until the final run. Vayu jibe early, Quantum Racing and Interlodge carry on down the right of the run, get a little bit more pressure, and Quantum hit Vayu on the finish line. Vayu losing out to get a second, but at the top of the table it's still Sled with a little lead of 3 points.
Really tight finish with us and Vayu, pulled off a nice jibe right in front of him, we were able to just barely beat him, so it was a great win.
Not really disappointing, it was still a good race. Yeah, we just lost it at the finish, but it was very close.
After 5 races, Sled still lead on 16 points. They're 3 points up on Vayu, who are in 19, Quantum on 20, and third Provezza in fourth, also on 20.
Now we go to this week's Sailing Illustrated, where Tom Emmett discussed the breaking story out of the Newport stopover of the ocean race.
Okay, let's get to the ocean race. Some disturbing news, actually. We told you in the previous show on Friday that this guy, Kevin Escoffier, would not be continuing as skipper of the team that has been the leader up until the last couple of the last race. On Wholesome PRB, team skipper exits the ocean race following claims of inappropriate behavior at a party in Newport. This according to Inside the Games, but it's been all over the French media, and this is English language, and but Le Telegram, among others. Le Telegram broke the story in France, but one of our FOSI 2 days ago sent me a German language story, and I appreciate that very much, because I said, well, let's see if you know me, I like to have, before I go with something like this, I have at least 2, if not 3, credible, solid sources. And I thought maybe we're going to be doing a One Here's today, but it's way beyond that, because it's all over the media now, including statements from World Sailing and the Ocean Race. But according to Inside the Games and this report in Le Telegram, French sailor Kevin Escoffier has stepped down as skipper of Team Wholesome PRB at the Ocean Race here, following allegations of inappropriate behavior towards a woman. Ocean Race has announced that Escoffier has been withdrawn. I like the way they use that. Has been withdrawn from the French team. And, quote, will not rejoin the race, unquote. An investigation is set to be launched by the French Sailing Federation, the FFV, into claims of misconduct at a party in Newport, Rhode Island in the United States last week. This is the president of the FFV, Jean-Luc Deneschal, is that how you say that? Deneschal, has told French newspaper Le Telegram that an investigation will begin and a report will be filed to France's Ministry of Sport. I confess, this a quote, I confess to being surprised by the dissonance between the press release from Wholesome PRB and the message on Kevin Escoffier's Instagram account, which spoke of an alleged incident, unquote, said the president. The quote continues, I have therefore made a number of phone calls which led me to believe that the alleged incident referred to by the skipper is in fact inappropriate behavior he allegedly displayed towards a young woman at a party in Newport, unquote. Team Wholesome PRB announced on Saturday, this is just 3 days ago now, that Frenchman Benjamin Schwartz was joining the crew with Escoffier stepping away from the race for personal reasons, as we said. This is David Graham, the now, what, two and a half years, he's been CEO of World Sailing. David Graham, CEO, World Sailing, told Inside the Games, quote, "We are aware of the allegations related to an incident at the Rhode Island stopover. We are working," that's a quote, "we are working with the relevant stakeholders to ensure this matter is being dealt with appropriately and with the seriousness it merits. While we are not able to comment on the incident at this stage, behaviors of this kind, of the kind alleged, must not be tolerated in our sport." And indeed, we would all support that, but let's also say that you're innocent until proven guilty, and this is at this point just alleged, but apparently it was by mutual consent that Kevin, Mr. Escoffier, stepped away from the team for the final 2 legs that are remaining.
The final day of the World Championship in Bodrum saw early rain and no wind. Consequently, the race officer Nino Schmwili kept the fleet ashore until conditions improved. The fleet were released at 11:15 and race 7 started around 1 p.m.
Weather conditions this week were demanding, challenging, not so much physically, but mentally. Against a stiff competition, we won the final prize. It's absolutely exciting. We are the current reigning European champion. We are now the reigning world champion, and it's not going to get much better than that.
The last 2 days of the 52 Super Series was action-packed. Ergen Imres Preveza team won their second title in a rough today in Tuscany, when they overturned 9 points deficit over 2 final races to clinch the 52 Super Series Scarlino Sailing Week regatta victory, adding to their success in Saint-Tropez, France just 3 weeks ago.
Well, thunder and lightning shortening the racing day yesterday. The ambition today with this beautiful sunny morning is to try and get 3 races in. We should get 2 good ones anyway. Top of the table, Sled are leading. Value up there as well. Quantum Racing moving up the table. It's all on today. So race 6 really set the tone, really high pressure starts. It's really all on that and getting out to the right. Interlodge did start well in race 6, but Platoon led at the top mark. Quantum Racing were second, got through them on the run and went on to win. Platoon gets second and Value finished third. The next race, Preveza start on the boat, get the early jump and lead at the top mark. Phoenix are actually second round the top mark, but Interlodge get up through them into second. So the finish line, it's Preveza winning, Value get fourth and Quantum Racing fifth, and it's super tight at the top. And the third and final race of the day, will Platoon get their best start of the regatta so far. They get the early lead at the top mark. Quantum Racing are second. Value get through Alpha Plus and Gladiator at the top mark to come round in fourth. So Platoon go on to win. Quantum Racing second, Allegra third. Value come through for fourth. and get themselves in good shape for a tilt at the podium on the final day.
1 day to go, so we've got 2 races left, and yeah, excited for tomorrow and need to keep it together.
It's about how much you risk being in a congested area in the start to go right versus being in more low density and having a good start. So I think risk management is key.
So Quantum Racing with a 1.52 for the day are at the top of the table. Value very close behind. They're on the threshold of their first podium. Well, a super exciting finale on the cards here in Scarlino. Quantum Racing 2 points clear at the top of the table. Value on course to get their first ever podium. They're 7 points clear of Preveza in third. Great finale in prospect. Let's see what happens. So a good breeze for the penultimate race, and off the start line will Value under pressure start badly and end up the back of the fleet. Gladiator and Preveza start nicely on either end of the line. At the top mark is Gladiator leading Preveza. Quantum up in fourth. Down the run, Preveza jibe early and get through to Gladiator through the leeward gate. Meantime, Quantum have an instant and drop to 8th. So it's Preveza leading all the way around the course. Interlodge gets second, Gladiator third, Quantum Racing in 9th and Value in 10th. So it's all on into the final race. Quantum Racing leading by a single point over Preveza, and not far behind, still in the hunt, are Value, looking at their first podium of their careers. Platoon get the best start along with Gladiator at either ends of the line, but Quantum Racing start solidly. Value are over the start line and have to recross, end up being a long way behind. But at the top mark is Platoon leading from Gladiator and Sled. Preveza are 4th and Quantum Racing are 7th, and that's the finishing order. Platoon win, Gladiator 2nd, Sled 3rd, Preveza in 4th, take the title. Quantum Racing are 2nd and Value finish on the podium for the first time.
I never won in Scarlino. It's a great place. I mean, sometimes miracle happens. We're very happy.
Very hard to understand, I have to say. In this fleet, very hard to understand.
So Preveza win 2 regattas on the hop. Quantum Racing are 2nd twice and Value finish on the podium for the first time.
We're super elated that we're podiuming for the first time in Super Series, so probably something we never expected. So super happy with the results.
A little disappointed that we couldn't make it happen in the last race, but overall we're really happy with our progress we've made.
So the third regatta's in Mahon, Menorca, and we'll see you there.
Towards the end of the Aarhus in Port race on the final lap, it was the same from Biotherm, with a perfect performance stretching the lead even further to take the win. Meanwhile, 11th Hour Racing Team took distance out of Holcim PRB, to the point that on the downwind leg, at the top of the course, there was an opportunity for Charlie and Wright's team to gain a place. But sailing low in an attempt to catch Holcim PRB, on the give-way Port Tack slowed their progress too much and gave away distance. Team Holcim PRB finished 2nd, 11th Hour Racing Team 3rd and Team Malaysia 4th.
We know that there are really short legs on those import races, so it's all about maneuvers and not missing any maneuvers and having the speed on the short legs so you can, make gains and not lose on the maneuvers. The start was really important. I feel confident. I mean, we've gone through a few maneuvers, identified a few points that we had to care about. Hopefully it will be smooth this afternoon. Ok, ça lance sur your aiguille-terme.
Slow the boat. 15, 13, 12, 11, go!
Allez Martin, c'est bien.
Voilà, c'est reparti. Tu continues ton bordel là. Ok. Super boulot les gars.
Tout droit vers l'arrivée.
Good. Nice one. Well done.
Merci.
Nice one. Woohoo! Very good.
Well, it's first step before the offshore leg. So we finished second, and that's super nice.
Right, so let's give them a massive cheer for Team